Hi everyone, thank you for joining me in my latest video today. And today's video is completed pages of October. Now I know we've got another day to go, but I'm back at school tomorrow, so back to work, and I really don't think I'm going to get the page that I'm working on complete. So I thought I'd film it and get it out to you. So I did really well this month. I in fact coloured 13 pages, and a couple of those I think might be double pages, I'm not sure. I know one of them is. So these are in order of how I coloured them. I keep a little diary by the side of me, and I write them down as I go and the mediums that I use. And I hope that that you might... Hang on, I'll start again. I hope that some of you might find that helpful if you know what mediums have been used, if you want to copy the pictures. So the first picture I did is in this gorgeous book, and this is by Christine Vogel. Of course, it's probably on the front. Yes, right in front of me. Christine Vogel, and it translates to Colouring Journey, the Enchanted Forest. It is magical. There is a flip through on my channel of it. And I just did the first page, which is called In the Nest. So let me come bring you in, because it's quite a teeny book. Let's bring you in a little bit. There we go. Now, I used Inktense pencils just very lightly to get that nice pastel tone. I didn't want it to be overwhelmingly bright. I wanted to keep it that sort of vintagey look. So I used Inktense pastels, Inktense pencils, my apologies. I used pastel pencils. I used the Pastel Tooly Art acrylic paint pens, and I did the green that you see is Pablo pencil, just to give it that in the background there, just to give it that sort of washed look. And I'm really pleased with how it came out. I love my little bluebird. Yeah. Just beautiful. This book is absolutely stunning, and on my flip through I've translated and I read to you each page, so I'm really happy that I've done the first one and it came out well. Really enjoyed that. So yeah, so this is Christine Vogel's, what did I say it was? The Enchanted Forest. I got this from Amazon Germany. But I think they might be available on Amazon UK now. If you put Christine Vogel in, I know I got a new one by Top, and what do they call it? Oh my gosh, my brain. And Colouring Journey through Amazon UK. So it's just a matter of sort of searching for it. Book Depository might have it too. But gorgeous, gorgeous book. I love it. And then we have the brand new book by Lulu Mayo, which there is also a flip through on my channel of. And we did this together, and I had a bit of a job with it. I had to do, you know, a bit of a rescue mission. So I decided that I was going to do certain bits black. And instead of sticking to one type of acrylic pen, I mixed Posca with the Artex pens, and they are two different blacks. And I had a real job trying to cover that up. So I covered the whole background up, let me come out a little bit, with black. And then I used, I'm pretty certain I used, yeah, the Art Spirits paint, Mermaid Dust, for that glittery goodness, which covered up the sort of difference in the paint. And then we used, this paint I'm pretty sure is Arteza. The Arteza metallic set. I haven't written that down, but I'm pretty certain it is. I'll show you. The Arteza 24 set. These ones, yeah, it's definitely these ones. They're absolutely stunning. I love these paints. A really nice budget metallic paint. Love them. So we used that. We used Prismas, a white gel pen, and of course, if that wasn't enough, I put diamond stickles on his scales. So I'm actually pleased with how it did come out. If I tilt it towards the camera, look at that paint shimmer. Isn't it gorgeous? So I'm quite pleased with how it did come out in the end, but It's a wonder this video made it to the channel as a colour with me, because so much went wrong and I nearly scrapped it many times. But a lot of you were telling me that it actually really helps you when I show that my fluff ups on camera, and that we're not perfect. You know, it doesn't matter how much time we spend colouring, I mess up all the time, and that's okay. And one of the things I've learnt from that is fixing it, or trying to fix it. So this month we had to do a fix on camera. This was one of them, and there'll be another one coming up. Excuse me, so just had to sip a drink. So that's how it came out, even though I'd fluffed it up. But really pleased with it anyway. So that's the first page I've done in A Million Sea Creatures by Lulu Mayo. I think this, apart from the owls one, is probably one of my favourites of hers. I really like this one. It's very cute. So there's that one. Then I did a page in a book I haven't touched for a while, which is Wild Soul by Grazio Salvo. Now, my version is from Etsy, and it's a hardback one that came out originally. I do believe you can buy a paperback version now on Amazon. And I did the flamingo page. Just wait, let my camera start behaving. You're going to focus for me, camera? Stop being fuzzy. Let's move other stuff out of the way. Let me come in, and then it looks fuzzy. I don't know why. But what did I use for this? I used my Meaden watercolour paints to do a base, because this paper is really quite fussy, but it held up really well. And then I started to use polychromos, but I didn't like the way they worked on the paper. So I switched to my Black Widows, and they were perfect in this book. Again, the background was already black, so I just put some of the Art Spirits mermaid dust on it, just to give it a sort of starry glitteriness even. And I used a white gel pen, which is probably just for the little bits in the eyes. But the Black Widows worked beautifully on here, so I'm really pleased with that, because I had been using pastels. I think all the other pictures in here are pastels. That was 2 years ago, goodness. Yeah, I think most of them are. The pastel pencils work lovely on this paper too. But I think that's it. Oh, there's the calf one, yeah. But now I've found that out, I think I'll probably go ahead with my Black Widows and a bit of watercolour paint just to make life easier. But I'm really pleased with how she came out. I love the colour combination I was able to get for the flamingo, and even a bit of texture in him. So yeah, I was pleased with that. It's a lovely, gorgeous, gorgeous book. I really enjoy this. So that's Wild Soul by the wonderful Grazio Salvo. And then I was not feeling a serious pencil colouring. This is Cute Mandalas, so that's what I went with. This is Cute Mandalas by Apsi Suamansari. I'm sorry if I haven't said that correct, but it's a really sweet little book. And I did it... Not that one. Here. Did this lovely autumn page one. Nice and bright and in your face. With autumny colours. And this is entirely done with Ohuhu markers, and the background was Artex acrylic markers. No pencil whatsoever. So the background doesn't bleed through because it's acrylic paint, but obviously your alcohol markers do, but it didn't bother me. I'm really pleased with how it came out. Now, was the circle, I think I drew a circle on there just to keep things neat. And then, yeah, I went and had a little bit of fun and practiced blending different colour alcohol markers, and I really enjoyed it. And actually, it looks like it was really quick and easy, but it wasn't, because I had to be quite careful that it wasn't bleeding out the lines and all that kind of stuff. But I did really enjoy it, and I really liked the autumn tones that I managed to mix. So yeah, it's a really cute little book, this one. I do like it. And this is thanks to my friend Kay, bless her. So yeah, lovely book. That's my autumn picture. Okay, so that was Cute Mandalas, Get Colouring, Have Fun by Apsy. That one. Okay, and then, folks, then the excitement of probably, arguably, should I say, the best book ever, Joanna Basford's Rooms of Wonder. It is, for me anyway, just spectacular. I love it. And I asked you guys which page we should colour, and overwhelmingly you chose this one. And it's the Bed in the Trees one. There's no stickles or anything on this. I just went for its loveliness as it is. Unusual colours, and I wanted this background to look like, almost like she'd curtained off the world, or he or she, whoever, had curtained off the world and that was all that was left showing. And the rest of it was just their safe haven away from everything. And I really love how it came out. We used polychromos, we used a white Prisma pen, we used gel pen, and we used a Thule Art metallic pen. What did we use the Thule Art for? Oh, don't know. I don't know. But we did this on camera. This is on, around the edge. It's got a, oops, sorry. It's got a metallic-y shimmer to the edge of the page. Just did pale green. I did, round the border. And I think this is in 2 parts. Could be. But it's a colour with me on the channel, so if you want to follow along you can. And I was thinking about doing membership for us to colour and complete this book, but I've changed my mind. We're not going to do membership because I don't want anybody not to be able to join, especially with times being hard like they are now. But the other page that you guys wanted, that was second, I've got to try and find for you. There is a flip through on my channel, as there are on many other channels, but the other page that you guys wanted, which came a very close second, was this one. I think it was this one, yeah, the dresser one. So I'm thinking that we'll do this next on the channel. Let me know if you're interested in that, otherwise I'll do it off camera. There are so many beautiful pages, but I will pick another one and we will do one of them. There's just, oh, I just absolutely adore it. I just love them all. Anyway, so let's go back to that completed page for a hot second, folks, a hot second. In case any of you are wondering, this is food wax paper that I get from Amazon. I just put in wax paper. It came up, I liked the designs, so I brought it rather than just having plain paper. And what it does is just stock transfer of gel pens and wax onto the opposite page. So that was our colour with me in the incredible Joanna Basford's Room of Wonder. Love it. Oh, love it. Then I did, let me turn the page, I did a double page spread in this book, Sorceress. I presume it's witches. It's French. There are the, I presume the illustrator and the author or the publisher. I love this book, it's so cool. And I did this page. It took, let me come out so you can see it all. It took forever. It took forever. I did my little witch first, and I decided she was going to be black and orange and blue. And just move her over. And then I thought, well, that's great, because the rest of the page is going to be like, I don't know, pastel-y. So I decided that I was just going to bring all those colours over to this side of the page and do it like that. And I think it was the doing the water and the little dots and the whiting out all the lines so it looked like bubbles. Then I had to do the bubbles, and I tried to use the colours that we'd already got in the image so that they actually looked like bubbles. It took a long time, and I chose it thinking, oh, that's a nice Halloween picture, that won't take long. More fool me. But I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. It sounds like I'm moaning. I'm not. I really enjoyed doing it. So I used polychromos, gel pen, and medium paint. So I use the yellow, well, just watercolour paint. So medium paint is my delicious, let me get that set out for you. I really, really like these paints. They're very pigmented, easy to use. Excuse my messy palette, but it's when you're having fun. These ones, they've got some gorgeous, gorgeous colours in it. And I just, oh, they're just so lovely to use. So yeah, so the background was done with the yellow, and then polychromos for the rest. I even, for the first time, did a green witch, and she's even got a little mole on her face going on, a little hairy mole. And yeah, so it was the outlining I think took forever, but I did enjoy doing it, and I think it was well worth the effort, because I'm really pleased when I look back at it. So I think I did, when I say gel pen, I used silver, I don't know if there, silver on the blades of the knives and forks and things. I hope, there you go, you can pick that up. And that's all I used, didn't put stickles or anything else on it, but yeah, it's a really cool little book, really great, all sorts of, a long time ago, all sorts of witches and wizardry, well, witches mainly. Really cool book, I love it. So yeah, I'm really pleased that I managed to do that one. So that was Sorceress, so I'm presuming witches, and I got it from Amazon UK. So let's move that to one side. And then we did another colour along together, or a colour with me as I like to call them. Let me move these out of your way and we'll come in. The beautiful work of Rita Berman. Who couldn't resist? So My Harvest Walk, and we did this as a colour along. And we did the pumpkin page. This one. And I had a terrible job. I don't know whether it was baby wipes that I'd used to wipe my hands, or some other, or whether the fixative I'd used, but the pencils, I had a really, really tough job. And this little stalk here would not colour in. I had to trace it and stick another piece of paper over it to rescue the page. But I wanted to do all sorts with the spider's webs, like some silver bits, but I just didn't dare to do it because I didn't want the page to mess up. So there are some stickles on there. Hopefully you can pick up that gorgeous shimmery shine. This was about 2 years ago. I did this one, and then this is our latest one. So I'm just squaring it up. Let's have a look, see what we used. So this is a video. I used Faber-Castell pastels in the background. Then we used polychromos, some Thule Art metallic pen. I don't think we did. I don't see where I would have put the metallic pen. Oh, a little bit on those green, the little dots. That's what I used that for. Then obviously here the little repair that we did, and I used diamond stickles. So I would like to go back with a silver pen, but it's terrified me. We very nearly didn't have this page. So, but I'm really pleased when I look back with how it came out. I'm really pleased with it actually. I would have liked to have done some green pumpkins. I've done a green pumpkin since, and that was on a colour along. A colour with me. And it would have been nice to have some green, but in view of how the page never, and it was another one that nearly wasn't, I'm really pleased. So that's the beautiful work of My Harvest Walk by the wonderful Rita Berman. And then I did, we're on book number 8, or page number 8 folks, and I did 13, so speed me up if you're getting a bit bored. Oops, now I've bashed you in the face, sorry. So I did Tales from the Witch's Cottage. This is, I think, my favourite Hannah Carlson book ever. And I did this little lady. So it's very glossy and shimmery, and yeah, I hope, yeah, look at that. You can see all that gloss and shimmer. So I used Kuretake Starry Colours paint, which is these ones. So yeah, so I used the Gansai Tambi Pearl Colours, which are, this is my swatch, which I was so kindly gifted, and I do appreciate it. Stick them back in there. They are, don't want to play. There we go. This is my swatch. I just sort of put it on some watercolour pages. Look at that shimmer on them. They're just gorgeous. So I used those, and I used the Starry Colours by Kuretake. They're beautiful, beautiful golds. Love them. Yeah, what else did I use? Polychromos, 2 Art pastel pens, Jelly Roll, and white Posca pen, and diamond stickles. So if it wasn't shimmery enough, I went in with diamond stickles. So I think what I did was whited out any of the veins on her wings and made them just a lighter colour than the background with the Polychromos. And then I couldn't resist it. I had to stick stickles on what I think is the moon that she's holding, and on her wings and all around the edge of the picture. So we just made it. I just made it even more shimmery. But yeah, my favourite book. I think this one. I adore it. And then I left it alone. So instead of putting any more round here, which I could have done, I suppose, with like pan pastels or something, but I quite like the simplicity of it. So I'm probably just going to leave it. I have no bleed through. There's no bleed through onto the other page. I will need to stick a big wad of paper under there when I'm colouring, or under here when I'm colouring, so that it cushions the stickles, but it's fine, it's fine. Lovely, love it, love it, love it, and I love this page. Gorgeous. So that's Tales from the Witch's Cottage by the wonderful Hannah Carlson. Okay, next number, move all, oh, I've got junk everywhere, and I didn't put my wax paper back in. I usually cut them down, but I left it sticking out so I could find the page quick enough. Alright, then I did, because it's spooky season, I did a page in Magic Hour by the wonderful Carolina Kupakowska, and I did this Batgirl. Okay, so again my medium paints came into play, and so I would have done a base of everything in medium paints. Then I went over with Polychromos and just a white gel pen. So instead of giving her gold and that, I just gave her white so that it stood out a little bit. So I really like how I got on this quality paper the granulation effect of the medium watercolours. And I left that. I thought that actually looked really cool. And then just simply, really the simple colours, simple colour palette, and then just lots and lots of white dots, because Carolina does these black dots on her image, and I usually splatter it, but instead this time I just went over them with white gel pen. I hope you can see them there. Yeah, I really like it. I love these books. Absolutely love Carolina's work. So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So this is Magic Hour by Carolina Kupakowska. Again, flip through of that on my channel. I think a lot of them do. And then my wonderful friend Kimberly, who is on Instagram mainly. She does have a very, very small channel because she's a bit scared at the moment. And I'll put a link to Kimberly's channel down below. I think it's called Kimberly's Box of Colour Hue, something like that. I will put it down below, but bless her heart. I think she only has 25 subscribers, so let's go over and show her some love so that she can be more confident and do more videos, because we know what that did for me, right? Anyway, she contacted me. We do chat quite a bit on Instagram. She contacted me and asked to do a buddy colour, and she chose this book and she chose the page. Now, here we go. we did this really cute mandala out of the page, and I just chose a very simple colour palette. And what did I use? Prismas, again the Toolie Art pastel pens, and diamond stickles. So very, very simple image, but really effective. I think the colours go really well together, very beautiful, and of course my usual glittery goodness. Loved doing that. I really, really enjoyed doing that. She'd messaged me in the day, we'd decided this page. I think I'd had trouble sleeping, I was a bit anxious about something, and I got up and I thought, oh, I'll do this. And really, really enjoyed it. Just love this book. And I have to get it right because it's been signed by Rita. She sent it to me, so I have to get this book right. So I have to practice first. But yeah, loved it. Absolutely loved it. Gorgeous, gorgeous little book. So that's my trip through Asia. And then I did, because I got the Joanna Basford kick now. That's it, she started me off. I didn't feel I could do another page without you guys, because we'd talked about membership and stuff and doing the book together. So I didn't feel I could do another page without you, so I pulled out this book and did a page in Worlds of Wonder. I've only done one page in here, it's criminal. So I did this little page, the little windmill water page. So what did I use? I used, I don't know what I'd use for the background. It's definitely paint. It might have just been the medium paints, maybe. I don't know. Some kind of paint in the background. And then I drew raindrops on. I just put a little bit of colour on them. On the actual image itself, I used Prismas, gel pens, and diamond stickles. And I know that's the Arteza paint again, that beautiful shimmeriness. So I did those on the fishies. The plants have got diamond stickles on, if you can see that glossiness. Just loved it, really enjoyed doing it. I think what I find more challenging about this book is that there's such a big background space to fill. Whereas her new book has got much more of the image is there to colour, if that makes sense. So there's less of a big expansive background, and I really enjoy that. Yeah, it's definitely paint, but yeah. So really enjoyed that. It was a nice quick little one, not too challenging. It was just, what do I do with the background? So I just thought, well, I'll do a washy blue background. As you can see, it's quite streaky, but I didn't want it flat and smooth, so, and then I chucked some rain on it, which I used a stencil. So that's Joanna Basford's World of Wonder, another lovely book. Then I'm just trying to see which way round it went. Oh, I did the incredible work of excuse the state of it, Bennett Klein, and this is Colour My Sketchbook 3. I'm not sure if you can still get these books on Amazon. I think you have to email him to get the books, but I did this fox page and love it. Actually, my husband's gone to see if he can get a frame. I don't put many pictures up. In fact, I haven't got any of the coloured pictures that I've ever coloured up on the wall, but I really like this one. And not least just because he's quite comical with his little cross-eye there looking at the bumblebee stuck on his nose. And I just really like how it came out. And Prismas, I used touch alcohol markers for some of it. And then went over with Prismas. And then white jelly roll and a light grey jelly roll. What was that for? Maybe just to get rid of some of the darker lines. But beautiful. It's a gorgeous book. And it's a first for me to actually colour straight into the book, because I did colour her, I think I've shown it before, but I did colour her, but was too scared to do it in the book, which is a shame, but there we go. Yeah, so I'm thrilled with him. I'm really, really pleased with how this picture came out, and you guys liked it on Instagram too. It's one of my highest liked pictures. He's gorgeous, isn't he? the whole book is lush. There is one in here in particular, there is a fairy that's been eaten. Where is it? There. He's at the fairy. I think that's absolutely brilliant. I love it. So yeah, it's nice to get back to Bennett Klein. His work is sometimes a little weird, but always brilliant. So love it, my little foxy guy. And then finally, folks, if you're still with me, we did, which I asked you, what did you want to do? And for a third colour with me this month, you all said, let's do Halloween again, Lucy. Let's do another Halloween picture. So this is Nice Little Town Halloween in Witchtown by Tatiana Bogima Stilova. Incredible. I'm really enjoying her works. And we did the witch and her poor skeleton slave here. And yeah, this was the green pumpkin I was telling you about that I did do. We used Prismas. We used the Pastel Toolie art pens, and I went round the pumpkins with those. I don't know what else, maybe just that. Stickles, and we used the rain stencil. I just did a few drops, and we used pan pastels for the clouds. So, the bats, couldn't think of the word, and the raindrops have stickles. So does the neck of her dress. And the little stars on her dress and her tights. Just went a bit stickly crazy with it, and why not? And my lovely friend Audrey pointed out that I'd missed out the palm of his hand, which I have. Audrey, I will go back and I will leave the page open. In fact, I've got my pens here. Let me do it. Let me do it. It was Light Wheat, which was this one. These are the Artex pens. I'm just going to lift my page up so I don't bleed through onto the other page. Let's just do it. There we go. Thank you for pointing that out, Audrey. I always manage to forget something. And it's very frustrating. I do know myself, when you're watching a video and someone's colouring and they miss a bit, that's all I focus on. It's like, you've missed that, colour it in, colour it in. So I've done it, Audrey. There you go. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. A lovely little Halloween book this is. And thanks guys for saying that you wanted to see me do it with you. So yeah, it turned out really well, I think. Nearly forgot the grass, but I did remember. But yeah, so there we are. So that is a whole month, folks, of intensive colouring. I wasn't very well. I had a couple of days where I felt really poorly, so all I literally did was sat and coloured. But it's incredible, isn't it, that all those hours of work get shrunk into, I don't know, 20-minute video, 30-minute video. And I hope for new people that they're not looking and thinking, oh yeah, I can get those done, because I can get them done quickly then, at least, because they take a long time, folks. We're not just talking, I don't know how long this would have taken me. I don't know, probably 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. But it's not just the colouring, it's choosing the colours, and you know what I mean. If you're already colouring, it's not just, it's, you know, yeah, choosing the colours, blending, all those kind of things. So it does take a long time. Anyway, my lovely friends, thank you so much for joining me and sharing in my delight of my passion of this month's colouring, October 2022. Goodness me. I'm thinking we'll come back hopefully and do a Joanna Basford page. I do want to do one in my Alice in Wonderland book that Bonnie sent to me as a mark of appreciation. I am going to try and do that. If you send a gift, a colouring book, I am going to try and do a page from it on camera. I will always try and do that. So we're going to do an Alice in Wonderland page, I think, from that beautiful book, which is right by me here, by Julia Spiri. We're going to do a page in here because it is so beautiful. So hold on for that, folks. Yeah, so I'm going to try and prioritise if people send me a gift. So I know I haven't always done that, but now as my confidence builds, I will use the colouring book on camera to do a colour with me if somebody buys me one. And that's it, folks. I've talked for long enough. Alright, my lovely friends, so until we meet again for our Alice in Wonderland colour along, we're going to do a Joanna Basford colour along in her new beautiful book, and I'm sure there will be lots of other new and exciting bits and pieces to share. Alright, beautiful people, so until we meet again really soon, take really good care of yourselves. Bye bye.